Okay, today we are going to make Jello jigglers, and these are, not Jello jigglers, pardon me, edible wallpaper. And I did this for my daughter's Willy Wonka birthday party, and I'll show you how I went about doing that. But all it's going to require is a couple different boxes of Jello, and as you can see, this is just what I had in my pantry. So I have an orange flavor, I have a black and a cherry. I'm waiting to see how dark that one turns out, because if it's dark enough, I don't have to add the black, but otherwise, these are the Wilton drink colors, and I'll add some black to that black cherry because obviously I want it to look Halloween-y. I think red is good for blood, orange, of course, you got your pumpkin, need black, and then I have this plain gelatin that you can create obviously whatever flavor you want. I'll add sugar, and I'll probably add that green color, and it's leaking. I don't know what happened here. And then finally you will need some wax paper. So right now I am boiling my water to do a thick Jello mix, and I'll show you how we'll handle this next. Right, so here are our Jello mixtures, and it's still a little thick. I may go ahead and add a little more. You know, they ask you to put ice cubes in it. I did make this one kind of black. It's kind of purpley black. We'll see how it turns out. And then I have the dreaded turkey baster. You get to use it for more than just turkeys. Taped out my wax paper, and I just taped it on my kitchen table. And then that way it can be on a flat surface. And then I'll show you. We're just going to drizzle this across the wax paper. So I may have to fiddle with these a little bit, but I'll show you. Okay, so you can see all I'm doing here is I'm taking with my turkey baster, I'm sucking up the Jello, and I'm just swirling it on this paper. And what will happen with it being on the wax paper is it'll set up, and then it'll stick to it like a Jello jiggler, so it'll be able to be put upon a vertical surface, and it's going to look really cool, and then it'll taste good too, just like Willy Wonka's edible wallpaper and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So this is how I'm starting. The colors will start to swirl together, so I try to be kind of careful because I want to keep the integrity at least of some of the colors, but you can get an idea here, and I'm going to keep layering, letting it set up and layer, and let it set up and layer. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Look what I did. I found that as the Jello begins to set up more and more, using my turkey baster and dragging it as opposed to squeezing it out, almost using it like a quill, you know, an ink and quill, and dragging it, I was able to write the names of my children. So how cool is that, that we can put these, you'll see how I cut up the wallpaper, as we apply it to the wall, their names will be above it, and that'll be edible as well. So I'm learning as I go along. I made this up, like I said, for my daughter's Willy Wonka birthday party, and I had done this edible wall art, which was really cool. I think we had like 20 kids going up the stairwell with their edible wallpaper, and I had just handwritten their names. But I did, you can see this is starting to set up, I did add more gelatin to each of them. The green was the one that was just that Knox gelatin, and it didn't firm up, set up quite like the actual Jello gelatins that were already flavored. So I had just added that food coloring in here. But they're starting to thicken up a little bit now, and this is really cool. And so I did have to go over it a couple of times. It's not like I wrote it once and it was done. Like this one is starting to dissipate again. But anyway, I thought that was a really cool touch. Okay, there is our edible wallpaper up on the wall. I learned a couple things that I'll share with you. Let me get around my light here and come up here. First of all, I'm going to let the kids come and eat it in a second. The only thing that I definitely do different is I would cut the strips of wax paper prior to putting on all of the Jello, because needless to say, it's really hard to cut once you have the Jello on it. So I have kind of jagged lines, which in the big scheme of things does not matter. And then it's nice to have it up on a stairwell. And like I said, when I did my daughter's Willy Wonka party, I put two little girls on a stair, and so they descended all the way down the stairs. And I had just written their names, not with the Jello on the top. But anyway, this is the final project. Now my son was very clever and came up with an idea and said it would be neat to kind of do that with icing. And I was thinking, yeah, you could do this in all sorts of colors with royal icing, and it hardens up, and then they could lick that too. But if you remember in that great scene in Willy Wonka where they could even eat the wallpaper and they all licked the wallpaper, that was my inspiration for this. But what a fun Halloween treat. My son has several friends coming over, and I'm going to line the walls with these and add one more sweet treat to their day. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Again, thank you for joining Designs by Michelle. I have been out of the loop. I was on a quick vacation with my family, and we are home now, and so the videos have commenced again. So please join me. Check out my blog at Designing an Embellished Life. Sorry, I always want to say my other name. Designing an Embellished Life. Love to see you on there as well. Take care and happy Halloween.